feel that. So you can see some of the fins and stuff. We'll remove some of those out of the way. And then of course, some people might use different styles. Now Darren was talking about the belly strip. You can see where the bone, you see that bone right there? What I'm going to do, you see him right there on the belly? I'm going to go right down that. And I'm going to get me a nice strip. And actually you could do different kinds of, see where I'm putting a little spike? I have little dowels that'll hang in my smokehouse and I'll hold them. You don't want the meat to touch the other ones because it'll get rancid in there. So when you do hang them like this, you can hang a whole bunch of them on there and put them in there after you brine them. So those are beautiful.
That's your next
Then,
project,
course,
is building a smokehouse.
Belly meat off.
No.
To decorate your fillet. And of course I could feel it's a little soft. That's okay. And then of course you're going to decorate it for your fillet here and clean it up to make it look nice. So then you have a slice of meat of, and now maybe it's too thick, so I'm going to take some dry fish off it. And this is where your knife needs to be pretty sharp, and sometimes you can see different species of them that they're wider. You know, sometimes they're, and then getting it close to the table, getting it to the edge so that you can work, yeah, just a little bit. And then of course, remember there's still bones there that you're going to have to go through some of the bones a little bit. And I'm using my hand, but I'm not cutting my hand, I'm keeping a very good. Now make note, there's a lot of different angles going on. Like you have the thickness on one side and then it leans down. So I'm just taking a small strip off of it so that right there we can hang it in the smokehouse, smoke it a little bit. Of course it's going to pull out moisture, it's going to get a lot thinner. And then you can cut it into pieces and put it in the dehydrator. So and then now you're getting thin. You could keep going, which you could keep making more fillets on your salmon. And this is an art, so if you don't feel you're safe enough to do this, don't do it. I'm actually watching the blade, and I'm turning the blade up and down, trying to watch the thickness that I'm doing. So I'm adjusting it, but I'm also going in and here's another piece. And so now you get down to where you have a piece like this. And that's okay like this. I'm not going to make strips. I'm going to hang it like this, and I'll show you. I'm going to put my magical lines on it that'll open it up a little bit more so more smoke can go in there. And what you can do after you do this and you smoke it, it becomes half smoked, but that's naivety. So now it has some smoke, it has a little bit of flavor from the things that you're frying that we'll be talking about that you're going to put it in. And then that's what you cook with the potatoes. You know, you boil it up, boil your potatoes like you would fill your pot up with potatoes right here. Put the water right up to the top of those potatoes. Boil them, boil them, boil them until they're just about feeling soft enough to where you can eat them. And then throw all your smoked fish right on the top because it won't go in the water. It gets steamed by the boiling water. Really cool process of making naidi. And then I'm going to put my magic marks on there. And our families used to do this, and they had their own marks. Maybe they went the other way, you know, and had crisscross. And then you would see after you started to smoke it, all those lines would start to open up and show. But that gives, it's really interesting, even after you do this and then you dry it, oh, it's the best because of all that fat that's behind it. And when I cook a fillet, if this was a full fillet and I was to cook it, who cooks their fillet with it laying like this in the pan? You guys do? Does everybody do that? Not me. I do it this way, and why would that be?
Keeps the fat in.
Yeah, you hear him? He's talking about the fat. Make sure this skin right underneath it's that fat. Now, me and my uncle were cooks, and we loved doing cooking, and we had a competition. My aunt was the chef. I didn't add salt, pepper, nothing to it. He seasoned the living daylights out of it, and I won just because I did that. What happens is that fat melts and just sinks right into the meat. In a fillet like this, you only need like 30 minutes and it's done. You cook it too long and then you lose a lot of the flavor. There's more cuts, and my brother will probably show that. But it'd be cool to just jump right in and get excited.
Yeah, if you're ready to start cutting, let's start cutting. If you need more, if you would like to have more demonstrations, you can watch other folks. You can ask John and myself and anybody else that if you want folks to watch. If you're okay with that, say hey, or I'm filleting if you want to see, or we just walk up and see. Does anybody have any questions right now? Okay, you guys got what you need. Hand sanitizer. Thank you. It's in the van.
Nice.
Bring it.
Nice.
You got to go at like 3, right?
I think when you
You got to go at 4. Oh, great. So you can.
You know, a lot of times, just
Right.
to share that there's a lot of things go on in the process of doing this and organizing yourself and getting set up at your station. Now, he didn't even talk about Brian yet. Maybe he did, and I missed it. I was in the kitchen doing dishes. So, a brine, there's different, all kinds of different brines you can make, but the most simplest brine you can make, 1 cup, 1 cup, 1 cup. 1 cup of Kikkoman soy sauce, 1 cup of brown sugar, 1 cup of salt, and 2 gallons of water. Mix it up. You can add more to it. You can use honey. You can add all kinds of things. Even after you smoke it, you can put pepperoncinis. You can put all kinds of cool things into your salmon to ignite the flavor. Or keep it simple. You know, that's up to you. I done a class with Darren years ago. Tony, he's from Haida, came out, and he's a traditional, from a traditional country, and he was getting upset with me one day because I was throwing in the branches and all that. And what he didn't realize was what we were trying to do was showcase that our people smoked fish without all the seasonings and all the sugars and all those things, and we didn't have salt. So the trick was to actually use the leaves to ignite the sweetness into the branches. So a lot of things in even keeping everything clean and that. So I know Darren wants us to get busy, so we're here. Just call on us. We got a lot of fish. And I'll probably start going around making some brines. There's also dry brines too. Yeah.
Just a question, how often would you suggest that we sharpen the knives? After
You know what?
every 2 salmon or 1 salmon?
I like to do
We
it
forgot a
all
special
the,
knife.
You'll see me even when I do 1 salmon, I might do it a couple times.
that?
Like if I do one
No, I
salmon,
think-
I'll be sharpening
I think
my
they've
knife.
got
What do you
theirs.
use for a sharpening?
But I wish we brought it because I think it would work. You wouldn't have to sharpen it at all.
So there's different species. This one's a diamond blade. And so this is one that I use. This is all I use. But anyway, also there's a standard one of these type here that you can use if you have. This one here has 3-4 different flavors there of grains, fine or. There actually was another one here somewhere, but I think I pulled it out. One that you can run it straight across. But those are a couple that you can use if you need those. This one's the quickest. This one's very quick. A couple swipes and it's done.
It's okay.
Angle that you need to-
You from Oklahoma? Yes, sir. Oh my gosh, what part of Oklahoma?
Eastern.
Angle your
See, now my family's from a place called Valiant.
Oh yeah, I
know
know
where
about
Valiant
it.
is.
blade really straight
My
like
wife
that.
grew up in,
If you watch
Juneau,
me, I'm
Juneau.
actually almost
Down
like
by
this.
Valiant.
So it's like depending
What brought you
on
up here?
Church.
what angle
Douglas
you
Island Bible
use on your personal knife, because it's going to go that way all the time. So you actually, everybody has their own angle they use. So to me, I will, you know, if you would look at here, I'm not going to leave flat. I'm going to actually get a nice angle going, more so than what I think. Okay, so if you end up like this, you do too shallow, it'll never get sharp. You'll be taking off the side of the blade and not actually on the sharp part of the blade. Even at some points, you don't realize that as you sharpen it, the metal comes up and there's a steel, and then you never get it sharp, and you're going, man, I've been sharpening this forever. This is a machinist talking here, that I would actually take and I would go straight across the blade like that. And what you're doing is, because the metal's coming up and going like that, you take that off, and then you'll actually realize that that's what was stopping you from getting that sharpest piece.
I got a question for you. I've got some of those ceramic knives. You know, the ones that you don't sharpen.
Ah.
How about those on fish?
I don't use those a whole bunch because they're serrated kind of, and so it seems harder that way without the smooth run, especially when you're trying to make smooth cuts. So that just depends on how sharp that may be, because they have round files for those ones where you would actually go down the grain of those.
A ceramic? No, those are glass.
Well, right. I'm thinking what you're talking about is the ones that have, but ceramic. Yeah, ceramic, you can sharpen ceramic right on itself, right?
Can you?
Yeah, and even steel knives, when they're steel and steel, like the old fashioned, the old hickory knives and stuff. We used to sharpen them right with each other because it was steel and steel.
Gosh,
and they would get those ones got razor sharp.
I gotta get one of those. Ashley, you know what I'm thinking?
After you sharpen it, then you wipe the blade.
I don't know, it's kind of a pain, but
Yeah.
if you went and got one of those knives
I don't mind.
from my place, we want to call Lauren first. I'll back up out of the way.
You're not in my way.
Oh,
What's your name?
my name is Ivan. How about you all?
Ivan. I'm Tracy.
Tracy and
My son Trayson.
Tracy. I can hardly see you guys. You're camouflaged.
I know it.
You guys like to hunt?
Yeah.
Man, that's one thing good around here.
Yeah.
Hey, Mo, this year,
You said Ivan?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, Ivan.
just to share, this year, the reason I bring these is because the fish will slide around when it gets really wet. And of course,
I hope
even
so.
though that we're doing this, we're going to wash them before we put them in the brine. So if your fish is sliding around, use it and set it right on top.
One of the ceramic ones? Is that a ceramic knife?
And I can usually, with these here,
Yeah.
I can do up to 10 to 12 fish before I actually have to wash them.
Okay, I'll head over. Alright, I'm gonna be right back.
You want to see how that works?
We're putting it in here.
Got to see how that works.
Okay.
I think our plan is to try to just cut them all as much as we can.
Oh, look at those tiny potatoes. Oh my god, those are potatoes. Those are tiny. Those are really tiny potatoes. Oh, yes, turn them on. It's not a shell. It's called I don't know what it's called.
Oh,
Yeah. But could I use it?
Oh my gosh, it's almost done.
hey, hello,
Hi.
Ivan. Right?
Yeah.
Ted,
Nice to meet you.
you got your headlamp.
Can I use that shovel?
Well, it's my camera. I'm filming things.
Oh, your GoPro.
Yeah.
Oh no, Bob.
That's some good looking dirt.
Where is it? What'd you say?
Do you like dirt? It smells really good.
Oh, I can go without smelling it, but oh yeah, I like dirt.
It's nice dirt.
No, it smells like.
Are you from Juneau?
Yes.
Are you filming now?
Yeah. Is that okay, or you want me to stop it?
It feels silly talking to a camera.
Yeah. Well, I like. See, my girlfriend's not here. I want her to see what.
Oh yeah. Well, my name's Ted.
Yeah. Now what are these plants right here? Do you know?
No.
I'm trying to look around and see if there's anything I know. Not too much. But that's good looking dirt.
Oh gosh, yeah, it's nice. Dude.
And now these beds here, whose are they and who keeps them?
I don't know.
Man,
Way too heavy.
I wish I brought a bag. I'd bring some of that dirt home.
How big is the bag? I'll get you a bag.
No, I'm kidding. It just looks good, and it's got, as much as it's rained, I'm surprised it's not all
Good job.
waterlogged.
Picked up the potato pile is right there. Okay,
So they're getting potatoes out of there?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they got some.
Finding any.
And they got some big ones down there. Look at those. Oh yeah.
you see the size of that, like zucchini or whatever?
Yeah, it's a
You,
squash.
you guys got a
Oh,
zoo.
no, that's a zucchini.
What is it?
A fungus on it. So that's why I tried it.
Onion. Think?
Where's the onion?
It's not an onion. It's just like a package.
I gotta find out what they're eating.
No, I'm just trying to find one, but it's too hard.
No potatoes.
Oh, I'm gonna
Really no potatoes.
It's so tiny.
What? That's
The onion.
That's a tiny onion. How did you see that? Now this isn't
This is kale, Ivan.
Oh, it is okay.
Do you want to eat some?
Like straight off the. Yeah, I'll eat a bite. I forgot your name.
Ted.
No. The guy that just went by here, Tommy. You
Oh, no.
called him Tommy before, but
You probably want a little
yeah, let me
smaller
have a
piece.
little bite.
so our
Sure.
let's see, we have buckets of potatoes over here.
Get your greens.